Welcome back to Parker Training, the Sparkcast video. Today's section is going to be on the back leg. And I got the question from one of our coaches. He said, "Coach, how do I fix, as the player's turning to the ball and they're rotating, that back leg is straightened out?" You see this quite a bit. They'll be up on their tip of their back toe like we want them, but this back leg is straightened out. In essence, when they get into this position, anytime you see that straight leg, they're anchoring on both sides. They might as well be sitting back in there. It's going to have the same effect on the back hip. So what I do is I address that back hip. And how we do that, very simple. We start back with the shift, the initial shift. So I'll start them. They're nice and athletic. And as they shift, this time as they're just shifting their weight forward, I want you to put an emphasis on your hips. I want them to feel the movement from here to here. It's the heel toe. All I'm doing is I'm shifting into my front heel, and as I go into my front heel, I'm going to feel my weight from here to here. Now this is how we set our stack. A lot of times when players shift, they just shift their weight, but they're not setting their stack properly. That head has got to go with that. The hips have got to go with that stride as well. So this is where we start, and we go back to this very simple principle at the very beginning, where they set up and they just shift. It's a little slide motion forward prior to launching, because when they launch their hips, we want them to be able to launch around the front side axis. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go back to the boxer drill. Put them in the boxer drill. I'll get them set. They have a good athletic balance on their base. They're going to load, they're going to step, and they're going to turn. And as they fire, what I want them to do is I want them to pick up that back foot. I want them to lift the back leg up. And I want them to concentrate on turning this back hip so it gets around their body. As they rotate, they can set that foot back down. But as they're doing the turn, initial turn, I want them to pick that back leg up off the ground. We've got to get them comfortable turning and rotating on this front side. So I'll do the boxer drill, and I'll just have them pick that back foot up off the ground so they can feel that hip being able to turn freely around and square up back to the pitcher. Right? The next thing I'll do is I'll do a little bit of the Gomes drill. I'll get them into a stance, I'll have them make a fist, and they'll do the same thing. And this time, when they punch into the pad, they're going to pick that back foot up. I want them rotating off that front leg. Okay? Back foot's nothing more than a kickstand. Set, we load, we stride, we get into our front side, boom, we turn. For a split second, that back foot comes off the ground as you're rotating, and then it's going to give you a little kickstand to balance out. That's all it is. Once I'm comfortable with the drills and they're getting that back leg off the ground and they're getting that nice inverted L position, then I'll take them back to the contact drill, and they'll do the same thing with the contact drill. So they'll line up, get into a good hitting position, and as they turn, as they load, they stride, they go into their heel drop, I want that back foot to come off the ground, and I want them to push through the ball and hold it. Right? So as they get here, they're going to make contact with no weight on that back foot. As soon as they make contact with it, then they can balance out again. Okay? Give that a shot. I would go contact drill, then I would push them the same with the power V, with that back foot coming up. Little ballerina drill, that back foot comes off the ground, and we push and we square up. If you can get them to do that consistently in the dry work, then you can start going back to motion. But you got to remember, as soon as you put balls in motion, old muscle memory is going to kick in, and it's going to be the fight or flight type of attitude. You've got to get them comfortable with the drills. So there you have it, real simple. Start with a weight shift, get them to slide their hips, fire from the front side, make sure that they're properly stacked. Once you have them shifting and their weight's here, then both boxer drill and boxer drill, have them bring that foot up off the ground. You can do the Gomes drill exactly the same way, where you're releasing that energy, letting that hip, letting that backside, boom, let it come. Let them fire that backside. Then I'd put them on the contact drill, put them on the power V drill. Then I would duplicate it with balls in motion. So hopefully that will help. It works for us, and I'm sure you're going to be able to loosen up that back hip. But remember, you got to put in the time if you want to see the results. All right, thanks. Till next time. Swing up.